Wow, we are back. Well, yeah, we are back. There hasn't been a video on this channel since May.
Damn, that's a long time.
I've made videos, a couple other videos on my solo channel.
Same.
Yeah, on our solo channels. So yeah. Anyways, not to stall on that. We haven't done a Cerealboxd reviews in a long time.
Yeah.
Usually TPSV. We usually review movies on those, but TVSV is on hiatus because there's really nothing else to talk about in the world besides COVID and riots. And I thought it'd be really redundant to talk about those topics every week.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna review movies because that's really like the only thing to talk about.
Yeah.
So we watched a movie called Essential Killing. That we actually watched it on YouTube. It was under I think it was some like TV channel or something. It was obviously because remember watching the movie they like bleeped out the F word and stuff.
Yeah.
They do the bleeping thing. They do the thing where like they cut it every time they said like fuck. It'd be like,
yeah,
you stupid mother. It was like that. So this is the third movie we've reviewed that has Vincent Gallo in it. Now you might be wondering like, what I don't see any other reviews you've done of these movies on the channel, or whatever happened to the Buffalo 66 from my review. Surprisingly, you know what's weird? That video got a lot of views. I removed it for one reason. It had a lot of technical errors.
Okay.
And I was kind of embarrassed because I threw it on YouTube because I was like, no way, a lot of people aren't really gonna watch this. I was surprised. It got like thousands of views. And I removed it because the video was actually getting views pretty fast. And I was kind of like, I don't want a video of this with a lot of technical errors get a lot of views. It's kind of embarrassing. Because all the comments are just going to be about, why does the video sound like this? And stuff. You're going to get those. That's all they're going to be about. And so I removed it. I'll re-upload, I might one of these days re-upload, or maybe redo the Buffalo 66 review, and then the Brown Bunny one I'm going to do, because that one was just me, and I'm going to do, I'm actually, maybe soon, I don't know, maybe do a re-review of that, because I can only spend like a few minutes on it, because at the time I didn't really have a strong opinion on that movie, but I do now. I actually have like an analysis. I might do an analysis video of both those movies. I might. I've been thinking about it, so yeah, when I talk about those movies again, it'll be in a deeper discussion. But anyways, Essential Killing is not made by him. It's made by Jerry. I don't want to butcher his name. Jerry School. I'm not Polish. Jerzy Skolimowski. I was actually surprised it was made by this dude. I've never actually seen any of his movies, but I've heard his name over the years. He made that one movie in the 70s called Deep End, which I've actually been wanting to watch a lot lately. Because I just think it looks interesting. It looks like a type of movie I'd like. He's done a few, movies, and I've seen, clips of his movies, and actually I was surprised that he made this movie, because this movie's really not really like any of his other movies. I could be wrong, because I think he's made newer movies and stuff, but they might be like this, but anyways, so the movie is about Vincent Gallo. He plays this guy, so he's kind of like a default terrorist guy. So his name's Muhammad, and pretty much the reason why he's named Muhammad is just, it's kind of a the character, you don't really know much about the character. He's kind of vague, and that's the most common, name in the Middle East is Muhammad. It's like John. It's like you don't really hear a lot of Johns nowadays, but it's more like Jacob, someone named Jacob or something. It's very It's like they intentionally gave a default name, and yeah, he does not talk at all in this movie. And so what happens is the movie, he there's these troops. They're either camping out. I don't remember. They're either camping out or just taking a break a little bit or whatever, and they're talking. They're smoking pot, and he happens to be nearby, and they don't know it. And he blows them up with a bazooka. And this movie has, the violence is like hyper realistic. It's like the last two Rambo movies are, with the violence, where it's like it's not just gory, but it's like actually like realistic gore, like what would happen if you got your head blown off by a shotgun type stuff. And yeah, the bazooka blows them up, and their freaking body part. But that's what it does to you in real life. There's just nothing left. You just see a few heads flying, limbs, and so they chase him down. They capture him. They torture him, and they go to Poland. They have all the terrorists, captured and stuff, and they put them in like trucks, like prison. I don't know what you call it because I'm not in the military and don't know much about the military, like the names for certain things, but put them like prisoner kind of truck things, and the one crashes which Muhammad's in, and he escapes, and that's pretty much the rest of the movie. It's just him running away from them, I guess I'll go first, giving my thoughts, but so the movie, if you look at this up on YouTube and stuff, it'll say like it's an action movie, thriller and stuff. The movie is not really an action movie at all. Actually, how the movie started, I thought it was going to be. It's not a thriller, yeah, kind of, but it's pretty straightforward story, just about he's running away from them, and here and there maybe come across them, fighting them. He might rob somebody to survive. He will kill animals and eat fish, that kind of thing, surviving. So yeah, spoiler alert if you don't wanna be spoiled, but he dies at the end. But the way he does it, so in the movie he got like bit, he got shot, he got a bunch of shit done to him, and he bleeds to death and dies, and that's how the movie ends. Because there's pretty much, you watch the movie, there's no way he's gonna survive out there, pretty much, in the cold like that, especially with like bullet wounds and stuff. Like, there's gonna be no way. And then, yeah, he dies. And there's actually a shot. Like, I actually rewatched the ending because I was kind of like mixed about the ending. The ending's like really well, like the last shot of it's really well done, and the ending I actually like, and I know that Carlos watching it, he was underwhelmed, I think, by the ending, and yeah, so overall, I'm gonna say I actually liked this movie. It's not one of the greatest things. I don't think it is Vincent Gallo's best performance. I don't. A lot of people, critics and stuff, say this is like his best acting role, and he actually won an actor's award for it, which is weird because he's never won an award for pretty much anything, and he's usually by the like film industry and stuff. He's never like he's always been kind of the he's kind of the bad boy of the film industry, but he's always been kind of like they've always kind of shunned him because either due to his views on politics or the film industry, or just like his movies are just not accessible at all. And yeah, so it was weird that he won like an actor's award, and critics liked it a lot and stuff. Also like little history, because when I was watching this movie, it definitely did remind me of Rambo a bit. Not just the hyper-violence, but just like a Rambo movie, sort of.
Yeah.
And that was actually the inspiration. Well, the inspiration of the movie I don't think was Rambo, but that's Vince Gale read the script and thought it was a lot like First Blood, and Vince Gale is a Stallone fan, and he said he always dreamed of one of these days being in a movie like similar to First Blood or whatever, like that role. And that's why he actually did the movie, which is actually... So this is the only movie I think that he's ever acted in that he actually likes and approved and stuff. Because he's acted in a bunch of movies, but he doesn't really care for them. He just does it. He even say he just does a lot of movies for a paycheck and doesn't really care about if the movie's good or not. But this is sort of kind of his baby a bit, and even I think he when he talks about his movies and stuff, this is usually the one that he always talks about, along with the movies he's made and stuff. He's actually proud of this movie, but I liked it. The cinematography I like. This movie I was actually surprised was made in 2010. Then I realized that I've been watching a lot of movies lately, and a lot of movies from 2009, 2010. Those movies look old now. It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
I guess because it has been a while now, but yeah, a lot of movies from that time look. Because I never thought movies from that time looked old and stuff, but now they do. It has an older look to it. Yeah, I mean, he was great in it, but I'm just saying that it's not my favorite role of his. My favorite role of his is probably still in Buffalo '66, but and the other actors are good. Cinematography, I had a few problems with the editing. The editing was kind of clunky in spots. There's a scene in the movie where he it's actually a scene if you read reviews of this movie, a lot of people don't like this scene, but there's a scene where he he robs his mom and her baby, and it cuts away, and so you don't see what happens, and it's assuming that he killed the baby, but I just thought the scene itself was kind of pointless. Or there's also the thing too where they think that he sucked the mom's tits because she was milking the mom, that she was milking her baby, and that he was in something to drink, and he sucked her tits. That's one of the theories, or he just robbed her for money, I think. But you don't know, but it's kind of just whatever. I don't even really know why it needs to be there. It doesn't really have to do anything with the rest of the story. And then some of the acting. I mean, the acting I want to say was good. I'm not gonna say everybody. Vince Gale was good. The chick at the end that kind of took care of him for a bit was good. There's a few minor roles that were good, but there's some bad acting, especially with the Americans, the military and stuff. They're very either over the top or cord when it came to acting. So yeah, I don't think this movie's perfect. I don't think it's great. It's a good movie. I actually ordered it. I actually bought it. And because I like it, I'd like to watch it again. But yeah, I might like it better in the future. But I like it. It's good. I actually think this is besides Arizona Dream, this is like Vince Gill's second best movie he's acted in. He hasn't acted in very many good movies, but it's probably his second best. But yeah, I rambled a long time. What did you think? What did you think of this movie?
I remember a bit, but it was kind of a really interesting movie. Besides of me being sick through it, but
oh yeah, you're watching this movie when you're sick. Now, did you have the vid?
No.
Yeah, but yeah, you're sick watching this, and
it was pretty funny, but it was interesting. It had like survival moments here and there about the main character going through the snow or whatever, just fighting to survive in a way. Him in the ending was a pretty interesting ending, but I get it because like there's no way you can survive that being out there in the snow. Like you're gonna end up dying because you're gonna end up freeze to death. But overall, it's a pretty good movie overall. I like it.
Yeah. I don't know if anything else to say. So, yeah, the award. There's another interesting thing about the award when he won. I also won other things too. I think it. So you won Best Actor, and then I believe it won Best Movie of the Venice International Film Festival. Our special jury prize. I'm guessing that's what it is. And Quentin Tarantino actually helped get this movie kind of noticed a bit. He's actually a fan of this movie, and he actually likes Vince Gill's role a lot. It's interesting, ironic, because Vince Gill doesn't really like Quentin Tarantino movies that much, and he actually called him a hack in the past and a collage artist, which I like Tarantino movies, but that that's actually true. And he anyways, so yeah, so it's kind of ironic. Another ironic thing when we're watching this, I thought it was ironic that Vince Gill's character. Well, first of all, the character in this movie is a terrorist, and Vince Gill in real life Republican, and the first group of people he kills in the movie he kills potheads, and then he kills a black guy. Now, this isn't just a Republican thing, but Vincent Gallo doesn't like potheads, and the black guy thinks funny, and Vince Gallo doesn't. A lot of people accuse me of racist. He doesn't hate black people. He said it himself. The whole thing where he said he hates black people thing came from he wrote this thing on his website where he's mentioned here and there that like about women he likes, he doesn't really care for black women or whatever. That's where a lot of the whole like black thing comes from, and even though he's worked with majority of his artist friends back in the day were black people, but the pothead thing's funny because Vince Gill doesn't like. He's been open about not liking marijuana potheads. Not he thinks it's just stupid. Pretty much, he thinks potheads are dumb. And so yeah, that's why I thought it was a bit ironic. Those are like the first people he kills in the movies, and people critique him for in real life. So yeah, I give a final rating. What would you give this movie?
7.
I'd give it a 7 too. Yep. 7 out of 10. Okay. I actually talked about it for 20 minutes. It was actually pretty good. I didn't expect us to go on about it that long. We're doing this new thing now where we each to each other recommend a movie about like every week or so. And so I recommended this one, and it's Carlos's turn to recommend something.
Take it. You're really gonna pick a movie?
What's that?
You're gonna pick a movie?
Yeah, you pick a movie.
Me?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Think of it doesn't have to be too deep. It could be very random. It could be a movie you own. You could talk about.
Excuse me.
It could be something. One of the movies we've always talked about or joked about. It could be it could be a certain movie franchise I posted about.
Scooby-Doo?
Yeah.
Can I tell you something I watched after...
Oh yeah, what did you watch? You were going to surprise me at the end of this. What did you
I watched because it was there. I had never watched the series.
Okay.
I watched Ernest Goes to School. Just so out of the blue.
Ernest Goes to School. I haven't watched those movies in ages. Ernest? Oh man.
I've never watched it, and I watched it. It's like, it's alright.
Oh, Ernest is not very good. It was funny when I was 5 years old, but
yeah.
Anyways, what will you recommend?
Let's just watch the Scooby-Doo movies.
Yes.
Fuck it. Let's just watch
I've
those.
been in the mood to watch those movies. Well, okay. I wanted so the Scooby-Doo movies, they'll be the live action ones.
Okay.
The first and second one. There's also like TV movies and stuff live action. We're more in those. But I want to review along with that. The first two is the new one, Scoob.
Yeah. Oh, I heard that was bad.
Yeah. I want to talk about that one. So the ones are like the theatrical Scooby-Doo movies. The theatrically released Scooby-Doo movies.
Okay.
Yeah. Thanks for listening actually. And bye-bye.
See ya.